All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Bristol, baby. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and we've got a great one for you tonight. It's Bristol, the king of short tracks. That half-mile, high-banked, concrete oval. A little short track in action for you tonight here in the Buschwackers series. It's race number 7 in the 2020 winter season. 150 laps, and this thing is gonna be wild. It's nighttime too, boys and girls. The race is at night. Turn out the lights, turn up the tempers. It's all live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, some classic short track action headed your way here in the Buschwackers series. It's Bristol, it's TurnLeftTV, and it's live right here tonight. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. We've got a doozy for you. That's right, Bristol Motor Speedway tonight. 150 laps of door-to-door action. Might be a little paint rubbing here. Paint swapping, fender rubbing, door banging, tempers flaring. A little bump and run. You never know what's going to go on here at Bristol. We'll take a look at the track here at Bristol Motor Speedway, a little over a half a mile in length. Banking in the turns. I get variable 24 to 28 degrees of banking. Banking in the straightaways is 6 to 10 degrees, and down the 650 feet straightaways, man, a lot of room here, really, for short track. You can use that high groove. But better take care of those tires. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, the commentator, the broadcast director, the guy who likes to watch these guys kick each other's butts. This is race number 7 of 10 of the winter season, 150 laps here tonight. And we'll be off next week for Christmas, of course. But we're going to get one in just ahead of that. Have fun here tonight on TurnLeftTV with the Buschwackers series. This is going to be a lot of fun. So thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it. So got about 4 minutes left in the practice session. Already a few chatters in here. Claudio Bardelli, man, he's out here racing tonight, so he's in here. Got some fans in here. Cesar Silva in here as well. So we got all of Brazil in here. He said he's going to send me some tickets to Carnival. Oh, no, I didn't see that exactly, but that's what I gathered. Take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. Of course, tonight, Bristol Motor Speedway. And then we got next week off, and then coming back on January the 1st, all hung over and feeling awful. We'll be at Talladega Super Speedway. Texas Motor Speedway coming up on January the 8th, and finishing out the season at Palm Springs Speedway, that's Homestead, on January the 15th. So definitely on the back half of that season, and we've got a short track, a super speedway, and a couple mile-and-a-halfers headed your way. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, man, we'll be at Salzburg Ring in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. It will be race number 3 in that series, and this is a great track, man. We were out here doing some laps the other night, and very, very fun track in the GT3 cars. 50-minute race coming up, and it'll live at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And it'll be right here on TurnLeftTV. Live, baby! GT3 Racing. I want to say thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Always appreciate folks showing up tonight or every Friday night, Saturdays as well, and whenever we have broadcasts. You never know when we're going to have a broadcast, usually Friday and Saturdays. But hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and then you can share my videos with all your friends. Hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you were here, man. Again, thank you so much to Claudio for coming in here, and then also Cesar from coming in here as well and joining us, and all those people that kind of ghost in here, don't chat out in the open. That's cool. I like to see people coming in and watching the videos. Tons of videos here on TurnLeftTV for you to watch. And again, always appreciate the company. If you'd like to make a donation, you can go right up there to the link in the banner of this channel and make a donation straight through PayPal. We got a good one for you tonight here in the Buschwacker series, man. Classic short track action headed your way. It's Christmas time, and what better Christmas gift to get somebody other than some comic books, action figures, games. If you're in a mood for that, please give ZiaComics.com, your nerd headquarters, a look. Tell them TurnLeftTV sent you. ZiaComics.com, your nerd headquarters. Take a look at the session results here. Practice session. Colin Madiak, 14.307 top time. Jim Willis joining us for the first time. Welcome, Jim. Second in practice. Paul Brown third. Ed Palumbo fourth. Preston Hassell fifth in practice. See, Dennis Vandeven, another one of those guys joining us here in the stock cars for the first time. Jose Solis, 75 in seventh. Lauren Stopworth eighth. Todd Robillard ninth. And Tiago Gomez rounding out the top 10. Take a look at that back half there. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91. 11th on the grid in practice. John Stanley 12th. Givaldo Spindola 13th. Sean Jacobs 14th. And Reese Kennedy is 15th. So now we're in the qualification session. Guys get a few laps in here, and starting position, I wouldn't say track position is all that important right now. You're going to get probably some green flag pit stops there. A lot of room to race here for a short track. And I think getting on and off pit lane is going to be very, very important. It's 35 miles an hour on pit lane, or the pit road speed is, and that is a very, very slow speed. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. as he makes his qualification attempt. Claudio does some GT3 racing. I believe he's done some IndyCar racing with us as well. So he's all over the board, man. He can get in and drive anything. He's pretty fast here tonight. His first stock car race with us. Right now, 6th on the grid. I would suggest to you that Ed Palumbo's going to wait a little bit before he goes out. Colin Matiak here, top time so far, 14.332. Yeah, Palumbo here in the 54. See the 54 car here, Ed Palumbo finishing up his qualification attempt. A couple of drivers there got DQ'd. Dennis Vandeven getting his qualification attempt in here. 78 car. So looks Dennis Vandeven in the 8th spot qualification. Looks like we got a couple guys there that got DQ'd in quals. Not sure why that happened, but sometimes they go too far or hit in the wrong spot or something like that. It does DQ them. We'll take a look at the schedule here. Bristol Motor Speedway tonight, and then Merry Christmas next week. So we'll be racing Santa around the world on that one. Might do a little bump and run on that one. Talladega Super Speedway coming up on January the 1st, and then January the 8th, we got Texas Motor Speedway, 98 laps there, and then Palm Springs Speedway at 98 laps on January the 15th. server is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in a perfect server for rFactor 2, please give EliteHostingUSA.com a look and then contact them. Let them know TurnLeftTV sent you. So 3 packages available, and I'm sure there's probably some sort of a customized package too, but great servers, man. Great customer service. Definitely want to give it a look if you're interested in or in the mood or in the market for a race server. EliteHostingUSA.com. Let's take a look at the season standings coming into tonight at Palumbo. 219 points there. Just ahead of Colin Madiak. Lucas Sinfner shown third in points. Sean Jacobs fourth. Paul Brown fifth. Actually tied for fifth with Jose Solis. Tim Lansbury and John Stanley and Artur Vieira all tied for seventh. And Rogerio Santos sits in the 10th position. So that's the point standings after 6 races. It's about a minute and a half left here in the qualification. Right now, these guys are getting the driver's meeting. Well, who won last week? Who was that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Colin Madiak. What a heck of a battle there. He and Artur Vieira. He gave Artur Vieira there a little bit of shot on the 2 to go, and Artur smacks the wall there just a little bit coming around the turn. Coming off that turn there on the backstretch. And then another little shot here from the 13 car. It's the last lap. As that 13 gives Artur Vieira another little shot there and dumps below. And then just gets tight, man. Right there, a little tight there. Artur did the best job of trying to pinch him a little bit. A little side-by-side action there, rubbing some paint. And then the 13, look at that little 21 car, almost squeaked it out. But the 13 of Colin Madiak gets that win. Artur Vieira finished second. Lucas Sinfner third. How about that, man? 0.06 of a second separating 1, 2, and 3. Ed Palumbo fourth. Jose Solis fifth. Paul Brown sixth. Claudio Bardelli is finished seventh. John Stanley eighth. Preston Hassell ninth. And Lawrence Stopworth rounding out the top 10 last week at Nashville. That was a great finish, man. Really was. Maybe if you ask Artur, he probably would have a little bit of a different opinion on that one. But good racing there, and that's what happens sometimes when you get that tight racing, that close racing like we had in Nashville. And kudos go out to Paulo Chachalowski on converting that track over. He's doing a great job getting us some more tracks to run. Gilmar Oliveira in here, it looks like, cheering on the Brazilian drivers. We will take a look at the session results here. Now we had some DQs, so Jose Solis will be the pole sitter here at 14.345. Paul Brown second. Lawrence Stopworth start in third position. Ed Palumbo fourth. Preston Hassell will start in the fifth position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in sixth. Givaldo Spindola seventh. Dennis Vandeven starts in the eighth position. Reese Kennedy ninth. Thiago Gomez will start in the 10th position. In 11th will be John Stanley. Sean Jacobs will start in the 12th position. Colin Madiak 13th. Jim Willis 14th. And Todd Robillard start in the 15th position. So now we're in the warm-up session. So about just under 9 minutes left to go here in warm-up. So take a look at the side-by-side, make sure that's working. It looks like it is. That's good news. And again, thank you for coming in and watching me here on TurnLeftTV, watching this race. Not really watching me. But hey, okay, I'm all right with that. Hey, thanks for coming in. Also, you can click on the links in the description of this race. We got, if you're interested in the server, we've got the lead hosting link down there as well. If you're interested in purchasing some Fanatec equipment, please give that link a look as well down in the description. I am affiliate through Fanatec and absolutely love the stuff. So if you're interested in purchasing some racing equipment, and thanks to all those folks who have done so lately, I really appreciate that. Click on that link and follow that to their website, and you'll get you'll help me out here at TurnLeftTV. If you'd like to get a hold of me, there's my Twitter at TurnLeftTV over there, and then Facebook at TurnLeftTV1. And you can contact me directly using one of those two addresses right there below. So again, thank you so much. Peace to everybody. Hope everybody's being cool, finding ways to really behave themselves, actually kind of keep themselves even keel and not too stressed out. And we got a good one for you tonight to help you out with that. Again, thank you for coming in, and let's get this baby started, huh? I'm excited about this. About 4 minutes left to go here in warm-up. Last time we raced here, it was caution-free, 150 laps. Not to set the bar too high here, but we've had several caution-free races at Bristol. With tight racing as it is, and as hard as it can be to get on and off pit lane, and as tough as this place is on tires, that is a huge feat there to go caution-free. Colin there dumping down to the bottom side there, trying to get through. About 2.5 minutes left to go, and we got this. I'm going to step on the gas. Guys teased me about, by the way, teased me a little bit about some of my opening stuff and the closing stuff that I do. It's kind of funny. Don't forget, tomorrow we got a big race and a High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's Salzburg Ring, race number 3 in that season, a 50-minute race, and this is a very, very fun track. So fast track, short track, but a lot of fun, not really technical, and I think you're going to see a lot of close racing in the GT3 Series tomorrow. You do not want to miss it. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, get your picks in now. I tell you who I'm going to pick. I'm picking to win this race. I am going to pick Lucas Sinfner to win this race tonight. Joining late, that tells me that he has got this thing ready to go, man. I tell you. He's going to have some practice in here, and that's my pick to win. Not rooting for anybody in specific, but that is that's the guy I think is going to win this race tonight. Cesar Silva said Bristol is his favorite track in the NASCAR simulators. I like it too, man. I like it from a broadcast perspective. I like it from driving. RJ Incredible says Preston's going to take it. Dude, Preston paying you to say that? Preston paying you to say that, RJ? All right, boys and girls, it is that time. Time to get this bad boy started. Bristol Motor Speedway, 150 laps of non-stop action. It's race number 7 in the 2020 winter season, and this is going to be great.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, boys and girls, it is that time. time to get this thing started. So thank you so much for coming in, and I got an exciting race for you in store tonight. Jose Solis, 75, starts in P1. Paul Brown, P2. Lawrence Stopworth, P3. Ed Palumbo starts in the 4th position. Preston Hassell, 5th. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in 6th. Givaldo Spindola, 7th. Dennis Vandeven starts in the 8th position. In 9th is Reese Canaday, starting in the 10th position. Tiago Gomez. John Stanley starting in 12th. And Sean Jacobs in the 24 starts in the 12th position. In 13th is Colin Madiak. In the 13 car, Jim Willis in the 3X starts in the 14th position. Todd Robillard, 15th. And Lucas Sinfner, my pick to win this race, starts in 16th. All right, man, the thing to do is really set yourself up in a groove here. Let the tires work in, let the track get rubbered in a little bit, and get through a couple pit stops and get racy. So 16 drivers joining us tonight. Jose Solis there by default. Really, I think he was 4th. We had some DQs, and then bumped up to P1. He's fast, so. All right, here we go. Getting ready to do some short track action here in the Buschwacker Series. Pace cars in. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go short track racing, boys.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Man, we got a yellow flag here right off the bat. '21 and the 15 involved. 3X. So I'm not sure what happened on that one, but it looked like maybe somebody might have missed a shift here. We'll take a look. Number 13. And he spins here right in front of the 3X. And then 3X gets into him. 21 gets into him as well. So he just missed a shift, it looked like. So the 21 got caught up in that as well, right off the bat. Wow. Well, not going to be a caution-free race. You see right there, Jim Willis not able to get through. So very interesting there. Not characteristic of what we'd see normally out of 13 car. Missed a shift there. Man, that is crazy. So the 75 got out where he wanted to be. There was a way out front there. 77, Paul Brown in 2nd. Ed Palumbo 3rd. Lawrence Stopworth 4th. Preston Hassell in 5th.
Pit road will be open this time.
So do have some guys on pit road. Jim Willis, Colin Madiak on pit road. John Stanley on pit road. See 3X, Jim Willis coming back out on track. Luca Sinfner on pit road in the 21. Also the 12 of John Stanley on pit road. So Luca taking some service here after getting into the wall there, trying to avoid the 13 car. Take a look at the 75 of Jose Solis. Cold tires here, just kind of be cool right now. Cold tires and a little bit of a slick track here.
It'll be 1 to go this time.
All right, getting a 1 to go. Looks like the 75 elected to take that bottom line there. Paul Brown in the 77 up high. 54, Ed Palumbo will start in that third position, and Lawrence Stopward starts outside row 2 in P4. 27 and the 91 of Claudio Bardelli there in the sixth position, in, third row outside. Pace car is off. Here we go. We're going to get a second chance at it. And just kind of be cool, set yourself up here, let things sort of get sorted out. And then you can start getting racing. Let these tires heat up a little bit. Here we go, back at it. And we made it to turn 1. That's good. 75, 77, and the 54. Also that 41. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to get a couple laps in here. Good side by side right there. Take a look at Todd Robillard here and that 90 car. Right now running in the 11th position. He's got a little sorted out right there. And I'll tell you, man, this is a little racy back here. John Stanley in the 12. Also Tiago Gomez just behind him in the 9X machine. A little tight. How about this? Dennis Vanoven joining us for the first time in that 78 car. I meant to take that car out of the car set there. I took the graphics out, but I forgot to take the car out. That's why you don't see a graphic there for him, other than the cover over the car. On board here with Dennis Vanoven, just behind Reese Kennedy in that Hooters sponsor machine. Good nighttime racing here. Givaldo Spindola up there as well. And trying to find a way to get through Dennis Vanoven. Oh, a little bit of a shot right there. Can Dennis Reese Kennedy hold on to it? Looks like Reese Kennedy might have gotten into the back of Givaldo Spindola and hung onto that thing. But he is now trying to gather his thoughts, and he lost some positions there. Man, that got tight right there. That's on the restart. We'll go here and take a look and see Reese Kennedy right there. Gets into Givaldo Spindola just a little bit and hangs on to that thing. How in the world did he hang on? I have no idea. My heavens. On board there again, you say right out of the view of Dennis Vanoven's machine. And then Reese Kennedy doing a good job of hanging on. John Stanley here trying to make some moves on Claudio Bardelli Jr. Claudio getting down there on the bottom. He might have had a little trouble there. Not sure what happened to Claudio. He's lost some positions. Claudio Bardelli here in the 91. Look at that. That thing gets loose right there. He's hanging on. Oh, he's into the inside wall a little bit. That 91 car, he's going to lose some spots. So he's staying down on the apron of the track there not to get back up into the groove and impede the progress of some of these guys. That was a great job. Here's Givaldo Spindola and Dennis Vanoven. There's a... Right there. We got a yellow flag here. We got a yellow flag, and we'll take a look and see what happened. Another yellow here early on as Jose Solis in the 75 out to a pretty big lead. Take a look at Givaldo Spindola and Dennis Vanoven racing side by side, and there's some contact right there. Spindola also looks like 24. Oh man, we got a pile up right there. 13 involved as well. Claudio Bardelli comes around and smacks into I think Dennis Vanoven Looks like Dennis Vandeman and Claudio Bardelli get together right here coming off the turn. And I don't know if Dennis might have hit the wall, not sure, but that is tight right there. And then comes back across the track. Givaldo there, 24 gets into him. And then 90 gets through, but he's got a little bit of side damage there. And then Claudio Bardelli Jr., man, he hit hard. On board here, watch this. This is out of the front of, you see, it looked like 68 might have gotten into Dennis Vandeman there. Hard to say on that. Oh, man, and tough lick right there. We'll go ahead and look at this again. Watch this coming off the turn. I'll tell you what, it's hard to say, man. Look like, yeah, it does look like that 68 car might have gotten up into the 78, but those guys were kind of going for that same real estate there. And then, oh, heck, breaks loose right there. My heavens. And then, oh, another lick right there from the 91 to finish him off. So the 75 making a pit stop here. Ed Palumbo staying out here, guy leading the lap. 21, Lucas Sinfiner in P2. Those guys staying out, trying to get some points. Second caution flag. Yeah, Palumbo now ducking down pit lane. Lucas staying out. A lot of cars involved in that one. It's a little bit loose here early on those cold tires, so it's really hard to start. Part of you wants to pick up some positions as quickly as possible. The other part of you, you got to think, save those tires, man. Save them. It's going to be really important later in the run. We did a ton of laps here to get this setup going, and I felt pretty good about it, really.
It'll be one to go this time, bud.
'75, Jose Solis in P1, and you see Paul Brown in the 77 in P2. 27, Preston Hassell shown in third. Lawrence Stopworth fourth. Now 13, Colin Madiak. He had a little bit of damage on that wreck there, so he has maybe done a two-tire stop. Not sure what's going on with him, but he's gotten that car up to the 6th position.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Here we go, back to green, bunching them back up. This thing's sorted out again here. Paul Brown and 75 here battling it out. Paul Brown in the 77. Preston Hassell here in the 27 and 13, and the 41 racing for position as well. Colin Madiak, Lawrence Stopworth racing for position. Lawrence Stopworth in the 41. Looks like Colin Madiak's going to take that spot. Now in fourth, Preston Hassell up there in the 3rd spot. Lauren up high here, and he's going to make a little contact with the wall. Trying to get that car back down off the wall, and looks like Todd Robards going to take that position. John Stanley battling here on the inside line now. John Stanley takes that spot. Lauren Stopworth back to the 7th position. Reese Kennedy looking low here in the 80 car. A little bit of a run there on the outside line for the 41, able to hold on to that spot. Preston Hassell now giving up that spot to the 13. Take a look at that pass there as the 13 goes down to the bottom line here on the 27. Takes that position, so Colin Matiak now up to the 3rd position. Those guys starting to run away from it a little bit, and Colin's going to try to chase these guys down, and Preston Hassell now back to 4th position. Take a look at Jim Willis here in the 3X machine in his first race out. He's running in the 9th spot, working on the back of that 80 car. So good to see Jim Willis out here. Been talking to him for a few weeks here off and on about coming out and racing and so forth. So good to have him come over here and racing at HORL. Tiago Gomez. He's got some fans, I think, in the chat. This 9X machine right now running in the 11th position. Don't forget about Claudio Bardelli and 91 running in 12th. Got that car in the set. Car set, the paint scheme. Good looking paint scheme there for Claudio Bardelli in the 91. Right now about 8 seconds back to the race leader. Take a look at Ed Palumbo, a little bit of pressure there by the 24. Now, 24 might be a lap down here, so 24 maybe trying to get back around and get back up to those race leaders and get his lap back. It does look like Sean Jacobs is that first car, 1 lap down, so he is in the lucky dog position. Ed Palumbo not going to fight him, so the 54, Ed Palumbo in that mellow yellow sponsored machine, I know his strategy, and that is to save his tires. He's seeing that maybe if this goes a long run here, he's going to start running down some guys who are really pushing it pretty hard here. So the 54, Ed Palumbo, is saving his stuff in that mellow yellow sponsor machine. Todd Robillard here in the 90 car, now pressuring that 27. That Napa sponsored machine now gets by the AMD sponsored Ford Mustang. Looking out of the back of Todd Robillard's machine at Preston Hassell. Preston now running in the 5th position. Jim Willis here trying to get around Lawrence Stopworth. He's closing in on Lawrence Stopworth here, and he goes down to the bottom side. And we got a yellow flag as he makes that pass. Another yellow flag here, so very interesting what's going on here. So we got a ton of carnage here. We got carnage on that on the backstretch. Let's see what happened here. Ed Palumbo looks like he came around. Looks like the 9X gets into that 54 car and then collects the 78, the 21, and the 91 get caught up in that as well. So Ed Palumbo might have gotten hit there from the back. So it looks like the 9X of Tiago Gomez got into the back of the 54 car, and then the 91 had nowhere to go on that one. Go on board here with Tiago Gomez, and he gets into the back of that 54 and pushes him around, and then 91, 75. In this as well. Take a look here, and you see that 9X getting into the back of the 54, and then Claudio Bardelli has nowhere to go. He gets into the back of those guys. A little bit of a mess here right now, that's for sure. Some guys a little bit aggressive. So 75 of was a Solis there on pit lane. Now Sean Jacobs gets the lucky dog, so he's back on the lead lap. Good news for that Western Auto sponsored machine. So now Sean Jacobs making that pit stop there. Jose Solis will be the race leader once things get sorted out. Paul Brown in his 77 car. Jose Solis in the 75 will be the leader. Looks like Givaldo Spendola in the 16th position, that 68 car. He will probably, I think he might get to wave around here. We'll see how that works out for him. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. So, no, it does look like that. Take that back. So Givaldo will get the wave around. All right, the 77 to 75 side by side here. We've seen this before. 13 Kalamatiak in third. 27 of Preston Hassell in the fourth position.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, here we go. Solis gets a good start. You got some heavy action there in the middle of the pack. You take a look at the 41, Lawrence Stopworth. Up on the outside line, tight racing there, side by side behind him. Lucas Senford just trying to say, man, I'm just trying to get back to the front here. And situation dictates that has been such that he has really not had a chance to get back to the front because we've had a couple caution flags. Take a look at Paul Brown here in the 77 car, now in third as the 13 got by him. We'll take a look at this pass. I believe we will. Take a look at this pass here as the 13. A little bit of a run there on the outside and gets by Paul Brown on this outside line. So Colin Matiak in that Fanatec sponsor machine now up to the second position. Sean Jacobs here trying to get around the 91 car at 24. Sean Jacobs back on the lead lap. Good news for him, as the 91 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. now falls back to the 14th position. Sean Jacobs up to 13th. Paul Brown now trying to get that spot back down to the inside. He gets that spot back on the 13. '27 of Preston Hassell right now running in the fourth position. This is a guy that comes out early and gets a lot of laps in, helps with setups, does a lot of work here for HORL, one of our admin. So running in that AMD sponsor machine. He's one of our old guard HORL drivers. Guy's been with HORL for a long time. Thiago Gomez coming down pit lane, so he might have gotten a penalty that he has to serve. So the 9X machine is having a little bit of an eventful night doing a drive-through. He might have got caught speeding on pit lane in that 9X machine, so he's coming back out on track in the 16th position. And he's 6 laps down. Back up here with our race leader, Jose Solis, in the 75 car. We have not had a really good long green flag run here. We'd like to see some green flag pit stops play out. We have not had that. Take a look at Todd Robillard here in the 90 car. Good to see Todd back. I know he's had a little bit of a eventful few weeks. And good to see him back up and at it. Right now running in the 5th position in the 90. Got 3 seconds back off the race lead. Just behind him is Reese Canaday in the 80 car. Guy that shows up early. It's a lot of laps in. These guys getting by some lap traffic here. Givaldo Spindola in that 15th position. Up high here in the 68. We're on board here with the 80. Reese Canaday, he's wanting to get through here and get by this 68 car. 68 giving him a lot of room. Trying to tuck in right there as Reese Canaday. Oh man, Givaldo might have made a little contact with the wall. Reese Canaday running in the 6th position. A little John Stanley here. We haven't talked too much about John Stanley tonight. Running in the 12th spot. Excuse me, running in the 12th car in 8th. Quiet night for him so far, but finds himself in the top 10. Sean Jacobs in the 24 here making some moves on this 54. Like I said, man, I've practiced a lot here with the 54 at this track, and it looked like his strategy. Oh, as the 24 gets loose coming off the turn there. He made that pass on the 54, but that car got loose, man. How in the world did he hang on to that thing? Back to that 54 car, I was saying his strategy really has been to really kind of take it easy, wait for those long runs, wait for these guys to wear out their tires, and then just start picking them off here. So we'll keep our eye here on the 54 as this run proceeds. If it stays green, look for this 54 car here to have a good run back up to the front. Dennis Vandeven just behind him in that 78 car. Dennis going to get by, so Ed Palumbo giving him a lot of room. 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. in this mix as well. Claudio running in the 14th position. John Stanley here is caught up to that 41 car, so he's going down to the bottom side trying to get around that Mac Tool sponsored Chevy. Little Ford versus Chevy right there as the 12. John Stanley picks up that spot. Now moves up to the 7th position. One stop worth back to 8th. Back up here with Jose Solis, and Jose there, he's got a little bit loose. Man, that car got up high there out of the groove, and we caught him, and he was absolutely sideways. Holy smokes. So that 75 car starting to feel those tires. Or lack thereof. You see, he's way up there in the marbles. He's really working that wheel to keep this thing pointed in the right direction here as these tires have kind of worn out on him. Colin Madiak here running in the 3rd position. We'll jump up to the 2nd spot here. Paul Brown at 77, and he's probably realizing, hey, man, I might be able to reel these guys in. If I might be able to reel that 75 car in, as it looks like he was sideways. He's now hitting some lap traffic here, so the 75 rolling up on some lap traffic. Back up here with our race leaders. He gets by the 9X machine, and he is in a gaggle of cars right now. 68. Givaldo Spindola gives him a lot of room. Ed Palumbo does not want to go a lap down, that's for sure. He might try fighting a little bit hard here. As looking out of the front of Jose Solis' machine. Jose diving down to the bottom side here, and he's going to battle this 54 car. 54 does not want to go a lap down, I can tell you that right now. Jose has a fast car, and 54 is looking to try to stay on that lead lap, side by side with those two. Yeah, Palumbo now going to push that car a little bit harder here to try to stay on the lead lap. So it looks like that 75 might get by, so he does. And the 54 now goes one lap down. He's in the 14th position. Take a look at Preston Hassell here running in that 4th spot. Having a good night, man. This is what he needs for, I just feel like, he comes out here, does all these practice laps, and helps us get a setup worked in, dialed in, and then, he's had some bad luck, really, getting caught up in some of these other wrecks and so forth, and now having a good night here so far, running in the 4th position here, 76 laps in. We're just a little past halfway. Take a look at Lucas Sinfner, the 21 car. Another one of those guys that's great at saving his tires. He's running in the 9th position, about 10 seconds off the pace. And that Flex Seal sponsored Mustang. Just behind him, Jim Willis in a 3X machine. 24, Sean Jacobs back there as well, running in the 11th position. 9th, 10th, and 11th right there all together. John Stanley continuing to pick up positions here as he's going down on the bottom side here to get around this 80 car. John Stanley making the pass on the 80 of Reese Kennedy. Reese Kennedy now back to the 7th position. John Stanley in 6th. Take a look at Luca here as he's got a little bit of company there of Jim Willis. Lucas Sinfner, a little bit of company. I'll tell you what, man, Jose Solis trying to get by the 91, and it gets harder as you start getting trying to get around guys that are a little bit more toward the front. Making those passes a little bit more difficult. Take a look at that side-by-side view as Claudio Bardelli Jr. trying to close in here and maybe try to get that spot back from the that's awful dark right there. I don't know what happened on that deal, but that's awful dark. But anyway, trying to get that spot back on Jose Solis, who wants to get back around, maybe stay on that lead lap, but Jose walking away right now. Paul Brown on pit lane here in the 77 car, making that pit stop. So the 77 on pit lane, we've got green flag pit stops underway. See Paul Brown on pit lane as Jose Solis continuing to pick off drivers here. Dennis Vandeven in 10th. Jose gets around him, puts him one lap down. Paul Brown now back out on track in the 13th position. Always risky pitting a little bit early here because if something happens, you're stuck, trapped a few laps down, and Jose Solis is sideways. That 75 car is sideways, man. A little bit more lap traffic for the 75. So pit stops underway. The 75 continuing to lead. He's got about almost a 3-second lead over Colin Matiak. Get some Jim Willis fans in here in the chat session. So Jim in his first race out for HORL, running in the 8th position. 3X machine said he's going to send me his car. He's got a paint scheme. We'll put it in the car set for him next week. We'll see him in his skin. Go on board here with him. Look at that gaggle of cars right there. The 77, the 24, and the 21, all racing for position. So on board here with Jim Willis. He rolls in on the 21 car, staying up in that high groove, following the 24. Reese Kennedy on pit lane in the 80 car. He's taking some service. So guys making green flag pit stops here on as we approach lap 100. Take a look at Reese Kennedy on pit lane. As Jose Solis giving Lawrence Stopworth a lot of room there. Lawrence Stopworth getting by. There's now Reese Kennedy finishing up that pit stop in the 80 car. Coming back out on track. Todd Robillard here in the 90, running in the 4th position. Long green flag run here. We've had a couple caution flag. Oh my God, did I say that? I didn't say that, did I? We got a caution flag. I was just bragging about the long green flag run. And the 75 hanging on right there. He has got a loose race car. Tell you what, man, we've got 6. We got 6 cars on the lead lap. Now 7 as Ed Palumbo gets the lucky dog. See what happened here in the 54 and the 13. And then contact right there as the 13 comes around. And I'm not sure, man. That's a tough one right there. And we'll take a look. On board here with Colin Madiak. Just a little tight right there. A little tight. So it looks like those guys get together there coming off the turn. And that is a tough one. That's full speed right there. See if we can't look at that one more time. On board here with Ed Palumbo. And a little contact right there.
Pit road will be open this time.
So it looks like Jose Solis making his pit stop here. So good news for him, that's for sure. So Jose Solis will go back to the race lead after making his pit stop under yellow. So that definitely helps out a few of these guys. Now, I think those guys that pitted, man, they're kind of trapped right now. And, you know, we're getting in, definitely on the back half of this race. It's like Will D showing up in here. Bailey Tyler as well. Good to see Bailey and Will in here. So I think when you look at that contact, really it's kind of a racing deal there.
It'll be one to go this time by.
All right, the 75 is elected to go to the bottom side here. And look at that, 12 of John Stanley. The outside line there, 13. Colin Madiak in third. Lucas Sinfner, I told you, man, who did I pick to win this race? You better watch that guy. Better watch that guy. Better watch out. Better not cry. I don't have anything for you there. I'm telling you why. Luca Senfner is coming to town.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. And I'll tell you what, the 75 has been lightning fast on those restarts. 12 does a good job there. Tucks in. Luca up high there, running in the 4th position. 105 laps in. John Stanley and Colin Matiak here racing for position. John Stanley in that 12 up high. Colin Matiak in the 13. Good side-by-side racing between the two of those guys. And it is go time now. There'll be a lot of take here. Todd Robillard here trying to move that car forward. You do not want to let that 75 get away from him. You see the aggressiveness pick up. Looking out of the back of Todd Robillard's machine. Jim Willis, Lucas Senfner racing for position. Jim Willis in that 3X machine moving forward. He's getting by. He got by Lucas Senfner. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. He's running behind Lucas Senfner right now. Claudio running in the 8th position. Luca in that 21 car is in 6th position. Now Ed Palumbo, I think actually Claudio is 1 lap down. He's that first car 1 lap down. Technically the 7th, not technically, the 7th place car here is the 54 of Ed Palumbo in that yellow, Mellow Yellow sponsored machine. He's the last car on the lead lap. As Jose Solis out to a big lead here. Colin Matiak in 2nd. John Stanley 3rd. Todd Robillard is 4th. That battle there is tight, man. Colin leading that charge of that 2, 3, 4, and 5. He's starting to pull away a little bit from John Stanley. John Stanley now has a whole lot of that 90 car in his mirror. Looking down to the back of John Stanley's machine. See, good battle there. The 93X just behind. 90 using that outside line there, getting a little bit better run off the turn than the 3X of Jim Willis. Jim Willis going down to the bottom side there, feeling a little bit more comfortable. I'm kind of that way too. To be honest with you, at this track, is I want to keep my car away from the wall as much as I can, just in case it pushes up a little bit. So the 90 feeling pretty comfortable in that 2nd groove. Paying the price on entry, but on exit, he seems to open up a little bit on the 3X machine. Going board here with the 3X, you see he's running that bottom line, and 90 gets a little bit better run off the turn. Sacrifices a little bit going in as you see Jim closing in, and it may end up working out for him as the 90's giving him a little bit of room here. Preston Hassell here may have had a little bit of a issue here. We'll see. See if we got a look here of Preston Hassell as we go into stop mode. There we go. Oh man, he makes some contact right there with the wall. That thing got loose and he hanging on to that. But wow, a little tough break there for him. '75 of Jose Solis now has some company out of that 13. Colin Matiak. Colin was saying, "Can you think I can make it 3 in a row?" He's on a win streak, man, I tell you. And he's got some company. Got some competition here with the 75 tonight up front. Take a look at this. Take a look at this pass here, hopefully. Get this sync back up. I don't think it's liking that, is it? We'll see if we can't get that backed up. Oh, it ain't liking that at all. Not liking that one. So we'll take a look at this pass instead. It didn't like that Jim Willis getting by Todd Robillard pass. 78. Dennis Vandeven getting by Claudio Bardelli. Good battle there. 78 running in the 8th position. Claudio Bardelli in 9th. Jose Solis, Colin Matiak 1-2. John Stanley in 3rd. Jim Willis in 4th. We'll go by here and look at Dennis Vandeven as he's closing in on Luca Sinfiner. Now Luca running in the 6th position. Dennis is 1 lap down. He's in the lucky dog position. We do get another caution flag. 128 laps in. We're starting to get pretty close here to go time, I would say, depending on where you are on the track. Claudio Bardelli Jr. here in the 91, running in the 9th position. Just behind him, Reese Kennedy in that 80 car. Reese is in 12th position. He wants to get by Claudio. Those guys not racing for position. You see Paul Brown also in this mix. Now Paul Brown running in the 11th position, getting by, or he and Sean Jacobs having a battle there. As you see Reese Kennedy going down to the bottom side and getting by Claudio Bardelli. Sean Jacobs getting kind of stuck behind Claudio Bardelli. Now Claudio running in the 9th position. Dennis Vandeven in 8th up there, just ahead. Back up here and look at the race leaders. 75 and the 13. Going to have a little bit of action, I would imagine. I would imagine there's going to be some tight racing here as we start to wind down the laps here. Colin Matiak trying to find a way to close in on this 75 car. Now, we saw this 75 late in the runs getting really, really loose. He loves this outside groove, but that car has been sideways several times. Givaldo Spindola coming back out on track after making pit stop. Late race pit stop for the 68 car. I'll tell you what, man, who's having a good night here is this 12 of John Stanley. But with John Stanley running in that 3rd position, having a good night. Colin Matiak 2nd is trying to close in on this 75. And I'll tell you what, man, they start to look ahead. They're going to see some lap traffic here. So on board here with the 75 car, and you see a gaggle of cars just ahead. The 41, 27, 91, and those guys getting into the wall right there, it looked like. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and the 27 got together right there. As that now is 75 in a hornet's nest. 75 here trying to weave his way through some lap traffic. He gets by the 91. Take a look at the 21, Luca Simpfner getting by that 90 car. So Luca now moving up the grid. He's in the 5th position. Todd Robillard falling back there a little bit. These guys in lap traffic. 1, 2. Jose Solis, Colin Matiak, 3/10 separate the two of those guys. Colin down to the inside line here. He's trying to find a way to close in on this 75 car. The 75 trying to get around this 27. 27 Preston Hassell. He's trying to figure out where he needs to be. 75 wants to put him a lap down. Actually, Preston's shown 2 laps down, but he's trying to hang on as much as he can. He's not blocking, but he's just driving it. As a 75 trying to get by here on lap 143. Jose Solis trying to get by this 27 car. Oh, a little bit squirrely right there for the 75. A little bit squirrely. 54, Ed Palumbo here getting by this 90 car, picking up a spot. Now up to the 6th position. Lucas Symphony closing in on Jim Willis. Lucas Symphony, the 21, picking up a spot, now up in 4th. 75 says, I am done with it, man. Get out of the way. And now it's going to give Colin Matiak a little bit of a chance here to get below the 75 car. 75 having some trouble with that 27. Side by side is 1 and 2, and these guys are in some lap traffic. The 27 trying to stay, not lose another lap. He's on a little bit fresher tires than the 75 on older tires, trying to get by this 27 car. 147 laps in. Colin Matiak's going to use that outside line and get by. Oh my gosh, he snookered him. Colin Matiak slips through. Jose Solis now back to 2nd. Jose, you saw him having some trouble on the outside line as Colin Matiak used that inside line and got by. These guys are in lap traffic right now with 2 laps to go. Jose Solis now coming back here and closing back in. He can't not get by that 27 car. Across the start-finish line, we got 1 lap to go. The 13, Colin Matiak. Trying to get through. Oh, they're crashing right there. And the 13, they're crashing as the 13 is now going to pick up this race win and make it 3 in a row. That 13 of Colin Matiak picks up the win. Jose Solis finishes in the 2nd position. And I bet he is fired up right now. So some shenanigans at the end. Shenanigans at the end as Preston Hassell gets together with, looks like he and the 24 might have got together right there and then crashed right in front of the 75. And I would imagine that 75 car is pretty hot there. He was probably wanted to get by. He probably wanted to get by these guys. So Jose Solis finishes in the 2nd position, and I would imagine he is not very happy with that finishing position. John Stanley 3rd. Lucas Symphony battles 4th position. Jim Willis, his first race out, finishes in 5th. Good job to him. Ed Palumbo is 6th. Todd Robillard 7th. Dennis Vanoven 8th. Paul Brown 9th. Sean Jacobs is 10th. We'll take a look at that full finishing order. So Colin Matiak gets another win. Jose Solis 2nd. John Stanley 3rd. Lucas Symphony finishes in 4th. Jim Willis rounding out the top 5. Ed Palumbo, Todd Robillard, Dennis Vanoven, Paul Brown 9th, and Sean Jacobs 6 through 10. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in the 11th or finishes in 11th. Reese Kennedy 12th. Preston Hassell 13th. Lauren Stoppelworth 14th. Givaldo Spindola 15th. And Tiago Gomez finishes in the 16th position. So Colin Matiak getting the race win here. We got to get that actual Bristol picture up there. There we go. That right one up there. Bristol. Bristol win. All right, Colin Matiak joining us up here once again. Man, we're just going to have to get you your own seat up here. You keep winning 3 in a row. Good job, man.
Thank you. I'll have to bring my sleeping bag next time.
Well, you know, the elephant in the room here is lap traffic, I think. It looked like 75 was really having trouble getting around the 27 lap car, and that definitely helped you out. You looked like you were just waiting to pounce.
I was waiting to pounce, but it was the lap traffic. I don't think I maybe could have had a chance to get alongside him, but both of us were spinning the wheels throughout the entire corner, and it was nearly impossible to hold on to the car.
Well, it seemed to me as I watched him throughout the race, his strategy was to really keep that car up high, and really got loose late in the run for him. And it didn't seem like that was going on with some of those guys that were in the middle or the low lane. How was your car there late?
Anywhere below the middle lane, it wanted to go to the inside wall, and anywhere above it, it just kind of was just weird. It didn't feel right up high, but the middle lane felt good, and you could kind of get through there if you feather the throttle a bit. But yeah, if anywhere above that, it would just get loose, and it was a nightmare.
Well, speaking of nightmare, I mean, how about that right off the bat there on lap 1? What the heck happened?
Yeah, the shifter I have had problems when we got it shifting into the wrong gear, and we sent it back and got it fixed, and it's only done that twice now, where I shift into third gear and it goes to reverse. So hopefully that doesn't happen again, because that was scary.
Well, fortunately, with the 35% damage rating, you were able to get it fixed, get back out on track, and get yourself some track position on another caution flag, it looked like, and really never gave up that track position the rest of the night.
Yeah, I think we just got lucky with the pit stops and who was involved in the cautions. Since we started in the back, the majority of the people would have just been in front of us, so we just kind of worked the way up the field and eventually to the top.
Well, you're talking about switching gears here. We got Christmas off next week. By the way, early Merry Christmas to you and your family. Next week after that, though, we have Talladega Super Speedway, so very different track than what we faced tonight. What's the strategy there that you're going to play at Talladega?
Don't wreck. I've had bad luck at super speedways, so I think the goal is to just finish the race in the top 10, maybe even top 5, but it's very difficult to pass at any super speedway unless you get some help, so we'll be looking for that.
Well, on a personal note, you got to be looking forward to not having any school here for a little bit and enjoying family time around Christmas, so I want to send a shout out to anybody.
Yeah, I guess I'll send a shout out to my parents. You know, I mean, they're working their butt off through the pandemic to, have Christmas and get everything organized. So they've been doing a lot, and I know they've been supportive of me doing this during the whole pandemic, and that's been very nice of them. So big shout out to my mom and dad for that.
No shout out to any teachers or anything? Come on.
Heath Johnson, he runs this fantastic racing league.
Oh, nice. Oh, hey, thanks, man. Congratulations, Colin, and we'll look forward to seeing you back in victory lane at Talladega, man.
Thank you.
Have a Merry Christmas, buddy.
You too.
Thank you. All right, that's Colin Matiak there, sending a shout out to mom and dad, and I'm not his teacher, but he knows I'm a teacher. So good to see him. I thought he was going to give a shout out to his own teachers. It might get you a little bit of a, if you're on the borderline of, the A, B, it might get you that A. You know what I'm saying? Send a shout out to one of your teachers on out there. That's the way I would have played that, but I'm sure he doesn't have anything to worry about with respect to that. Well, what a eventful race there. I was a little disappointed, I will say, in the number of caution flags, but the car was a little rough to handle, I think, for some of these guys, and got a little tough, a little cagey on the setup, I think, a little loose. Guys were really having to hang on to that thing. Well, hey, tomorrow afternoon here Eastern Standard Time, we're going to get at it with the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Salzburg Ring headed your way, and what a great track that is. That's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. in the GT3 series. It's race number 3, a 50-minute race. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. If you're not doing anything tomorrow afternoon, or depending on your area of the world, tomorrow evening or tomorrow or morning or whatever it is for you, please give it a look here on TurnLeftTV. This has been a great series so far, and this track is a heck of a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see a big field tomorrow in the GT3 Series High Octane Racing League's Saturday afternoon GT3 Series season. I want to say thank you so much for coming in to TurnLeftTV and joining me here. Always appreciate your patronage. Peace to everybody. Hey, Will came into the chat session. Would be nice to see him on the track. Maybe he's not wanting to race that Microsoft car anymore. I don't know. But we're working on that for you, Will. But he says Colin paid Preston off? Question mark. I don't know. I'm not going there. But hey, thanks to everybody for coming in and watching TurnLeftTV. And please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you were here. Share my videos with any of your friends, any social media platform. Invite your friends to come to the channel here and watch the races. We had a big crowd here tonight. At some point, I think I saw 14, 15 people in watching. It's a big crowd for me, so excited about that. Honored that you would come to watch the races here on TurnLeftTV. And we had an eventful one for you tonight, that's for sure. If you're interested in a race server, please give EliteHostingUSA.com a look. Perfect race servers for rFactor 2. 3 packages there for you to choose from. Give those guys a ring. Give Will a message or a call there, and he'll set you up with a server package. And got a lot of people there starting to look at this race server package here, looking to maybe bag out of the race servers that they have and look for something better. And I'll tell you what, we've had flawless race server here at EliteHostingUSA.com. So a great job. I really don't know anything about race servers, and taught me everything I needed to know. I go in, set up races and so forth, and do RF mods and all that stuff. And really with Will's help, being able to do this. But I'll tell you, we've got 3 Deddies right now on one race server. Then we've got another one as well. So we've got a lot of room to breathe on these race servers, and that's what you want. You want a lot of room, a lot of headroom there to be able to make a race with big fields, and definitely give EliteHostingUSA.com your consideration. If you're interested in purchasing some comics for Christmas, ZiaComics.com, your nerd headquarters, is the place to go. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. ZiaComics.com, your nerd headquarters. Let them know that TurnLeftTV sent you. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here on TurnLeftTV. I want to say thank you so much, and guess what? I'm out of here.